What is it? I'm so. All I want is to. I did, but all I want to know is that she is Well, would you? I left her in the ruin. We were separate. Please find my wife.
And if you would, a color. The lowest of these doubters, I think each marauder should. They roam the.
And though the path be fraught with tribulation, know that it leads. Such were the words. The words have been in. Because now the beckoned is something no Primos. The wreath of the last Primos. It lies at the times we have. The end of this awaits.
You return. Well, the Primos has not graced the ears of his subject, the circlet of art. Very well. We can find it in the... They are old struck. Be cautious in these lands.
marauders grow in numbers daily. Could that be the answer to our troubles? Yes. How long must we do this?
is it? Keep close. There are worse things than marauders in these lower tunnels. They have lurked these walls for decades, raised along with the city years ago. There. That is the artifact you let us depart. Anakata, it is nothing I can share with you, Beckon. I always thought that were I to come to Arcase's crypt, it would be because of the... I cannot! I will not, even after all... I apologize for my outbursts. However, Take the circlet back to Anakata. Be cautious in these lands. No one comes down here anymore. It is left to ruin. For the Colossi have no more need of these halls, or those interred within them. How many years did our masons toil to assemble this place? And...
The famed beckoned comes to me at last. Admittedly, my request might be the smallest you will hear, but I wish to preserve the past. All around us is the great chisel and hammer of progress, keen on dragging my people towards enlightenment. But such progress means nothing without... Very good. I'll reward you for any... They are strewn throughout the teeth of... Be careful with them.
You must be the beacon.
You bear the circlet of Arcase. Then the wreath... Now, it must be woven with blood, and the laurels of the wreath are not crafted, but earned. We seek Teryx's veins. Once they are, I take it you have encountered a Terex, but they are a common foe. To prove to the gods the gods sent you to bear. The wreath is made from the love. Come, Beckoned.
Bless. Feel Balin's embrace.
In the youth of Amalur lived the Uranos, existing from the hill lands alone. They held not the blessings of the gods, and so were blinded to their own potential. We lived in ignorance among the savage people. We
are here. Come. The terror. But while there are very well, Beckoned. Feel Balin's embrace. Feel my wrath. Feel my wrath. Thus we begin. Once she spoke of a tensions rose to war. It was a sign from Athene to my people to seek a new homeland, where the bounty of her wisdom could be salvation. Feel my wrath. Feel Balin's embrace. wandered the teeth of Naros in search of the homeland we were promised. And when hope seemed, it was a divine artifact. No mortal hand could have crafted it, a massive stone, alone in the wilderness, with the image of a At the city's heart was the Hyperion itself. We knew then Athene was tasking us to craft this wondrous city, to form a covenant. But we betrayed. To test our worthiness, the gods have strewn throughout Amalur riddles, puzzles, and challenges. Answering the Hyperion is one such challenge. Perhaps the greatest of them. And though we discovered it, we must act. Come. Circlet must be built. Feel my wrath! Feel Balin's embrace! Feel my wrath! Feel Balin's embrace! Feel my wrath! Feel my wrath! Feel my wrath! In the end, the city rose, but the Hyperion did not follow. The heart of the city. My predecessor, Arche, sought to force the Hyperion up, but the Hyperion rejected him, killing him and his followers, and sealed itself away. Our work here is concluded. As a show of thanks, take these. The Pterics are mighty, and their hides light but strong. These will serve you well. I must make the gods see that my people can be redeemed for the faults of Arches. Come, we must conduct this ceremony at the site of our original transgression. If it will not, then why were you brought to me? To give pretense to salvation, to raise our... I know the gods of my forerunners. They would not flaunt the answer to their riddles without sharing it. Now come. The Hyperion awaits. We must act.
Then, one Myru heard the whispered golden notes of the voice of wisdom herself, Athene. The goddess bid him to raise up his brethren, so they may know the favor of the gods once more.
We are Athene's chosen. We follow her path. Guide us to your blessed wisdom.
And so this Myru gifted them with Apothani heart, and the newly born Colossi found deliverance. And with the gods once more upon the mount, so did they surge towards the teeth of Naros, towards majesty.
Your prophet leads us to glory in your name. Blessed is the way of Kratos.
You have come, good. We stand in a ground once hallowed beyond all things, now tainted by the excommunication of my people. Ever since that terrible day when arrogance and desperation brought about the disfavor of the gods, my followers have tended this place. Now come. We shall go to the antechamber of the Hyperion, the very spot where the sin... The antechamber is the flawed design of Arcais. It was the means by which he sought to force the Hyperion. It was to do so using the spark of divine magic Athene placed into each of us, that these fragments combined would create... Such power was never meant to be wielded by the unworthy. The energies struck back at Arcais, and the many assembled in his chamber, killing them. We are so close now.
I am glad to see you survived the Terex Eries beckoned. And now I see that Anakatos is intent on I would be careful. The temple is old. Since we elected to spare the Jotun, I can return to my regular duties of keeping the peace in these lands. Anakatos requested an escort for his followers here. Would that I could refuse. But the Primos asked for me personally. I dislike this place. For all we saw when claiming Arcais' circlet, this temple is his true tomb. It is the tomb of so many. We learned definitively that all the trials we surmounted, all the strife we weathered in pursuit of Athene's love, but the most important lesson was learned by few. We cannot depend on the heavens to support us. We should make our own way in this world. Arcais and Anakatos... Very well.
Much was ruined in that dark hour. The magics holding the paths together were unbound. Only the cipher can reorder such magics. Press ahead and set the path. We are almost done, Beckett. This mural was to celebrate the great triumph of my people. Though the city floats, it is nothing without the Hyperion at its heart. If you were curious, I could tell you more. The mural you see before us is meant to represent the triumph of my people. But all the mural depicts the great sanctification my people have undergone. We were never to ascend past the brutish people you see depicted. Yet here we are now. Thanks to the will of But now that they've fallen silent, what awaits us? I know the answer already. Regression. The end of this awaits. Again, we find the way barred. I'm afraid I need your help once more. Almost done. We have reached it. Beyond that stone is the Hyperion, the gift of the gods, the symbol of a covenant concluded. It rests out of reach, waiting for the day when the gods forgive our trespass, when they find us worthy again. Until now, I fear we should begin. The gods visited this room once before. It seems only fit that you occupy their position. I will take... Long before, Arches dared grasp the power of the gods and was judged according to his impudence. In you, the gods visit this chamber once more. You shall stand where they appeared and made manifest there. And I shall stand where Arches stood and bore the brunt of their imminent will. Come, beckoned. Come, you have your... We are so close now. Thank the gods. Praise be to them. After all this time, I bear witness to their confirmation. You have done so well, Beckoned, to bring the cipher to me and to let me use its strength. With you, I can do what Arcase could not. Command the Hyperion. This chamber harnesses the magic needed to control the Hyperion. But before you appeared with the cipher, no force, I knew that when we first met, when I first sensed the cipher, that I could unseal the Hyperion. And why else would the gods furnish you, whom I needed most in my lowest hour? The gods have found my people unworthy of the gifts offered us. So, using the Hyperion, I will see Idilla destroyed. And once the city falls, I will reforge the ruins in an image the gods find acceptable. I'm sorry, Beckoned.
Beckoned? What has happened? Why are Onakatos' acolytes attacking us? What is he doing with the Hyperion? Destroy Idylla? No! That zealous fool! Have the loss of his gods driven him to such despair to use the Beckoned and the Cipher for such ends? Things are bound to be dangerous. Take this. I have not seen a shield of this craft before, but I think you can make use of it. Now, how if we cannot reach him? And we can do nothing to stop him if his worshippers kill us here. We must make for the surface, and hope that there is time enough for us to deal with him. Farewell. Anakatos has sealed himself in with the Hyperion, and his silent choir will lay down their lives for him. I do not know what to do, Beckoned. I have defended my people from beasts and disasters, but nothing like this. Of course, I will not let Anakatos destroy my people because he believes the gods demand it. I know we have the strength we need inside of us, despite his claims. We are worth saving. But Anakatos has sealed himself in the Hyperion antechamber. Without the cipher and knowledge of the Hyperion, we are lost. Anakatos was clever by exploiting your power. The cipher must be the key to unlocking the Hyperion, and he has but that is the one thing my people have been unable to do since we first came here. Only the Primos would know enough. Anakatos and his silent choir had a monastic retreat in the wilderness, Nixaros. If we need his knowledge, we best start our search there. It is an old portion of the city that was never raised up. It was supposed to be a shrine of quiet. Now it is the refuge of Anakatos' silent choir. The complex rests where it was first carved, in the Mountains of the Teeth. Farewell. We cannot waste time. There does not appear to be much here, but we have to be thorough. We should try near the shrine of Athene. Anakatos prizes her above all else. I would wager he keeps his secrets with her. Be cautious in these lands.
My assist. Has returned. Stay safe.
What is it? What is it?
Make this record in penance for my disappointment of the supreme goddess Athene, in hopes that I may return to her favor, so that I could help my people find her strength once more. I have committed several acts that may have angered her, and now I purge myself of them so I might find her grace again.
What can I do?
Beckoned. Not time. Seek.
I am afraid we have dishonored my master, Arcades. He is a pious man who has always sought to serve. And we used the power of his position to force us on the true path without his knowledge. Slavery, oppression, pain, all I used to mold them into what is deemed worthy.
Hold a moment. These are bodies of colossi. Wait, I recognize some faces. Belfron, Armandia, these were great... I do not like the implications of this. What has Anakatos... Be cautious in these lands.
In this confession I shall tell of how my master was brought nearly to his death. Arcais failed Athene in our mission to bring her servants to a devout state that would be worthy of her power and wisdom. At my behest, he sought the Hyperion forced...
Trespassers, you are too late! The Council already lies dying in the torture chambers, and the Jotun slaves will come! Brothers and sisters, let us...
The Council must be important, something that could help us find... But there are also the slaves. I do not believe so. The Council... So decide. Do we go to the slave pens and help the slaves? Or do we go to the torture chambers to try to find Anakatos' council? Be cautious in these lands. Arceus' counsel lies on this path.
Finally the day has come. The wait has been long, ever since the day I brought. It is a joy to see you beckoned. I am Arceus. It is what Anukatos calls me. You must have seen the travel. We must focus on the Hyperion. The gods, yes, for the riddle of my people's future. More than it dragged me. The power to change fate. But
Arceus, I had always... He had died. He had died years ago when the gods rebuked him and our people. It was truth. Anukatos had him alive. Our last day. The day he asked me to escort him. He told me to remember them when times seemed... I once thought that faith was what would ruin my people, but I see now. It is apathy. But this is so much larger. Larger than I ever thought. The task is clear. My head... Anukatos has done something. We must... Something grave is... Farewell.
I struggle to keep sweet Arceus alive so that I may find in him the knowledge and power of the Primos, and in find the answer I needed to bring myself, my people, to